Tavares, South Florida. It is looking beautiful out there. It is warm and muggy. We have high pressure getting in charge of our weather pattern, and we'll have a heat dome building in the days ahead for sure. In the meantime, we'll have this onshore flow that could drive in a stray shower at best. It is currently 77 in Pompano Beach and Fort Lauderdale, 76 degrees in Miami, 73 degrees in Homestead, and across the Keys in the upper 70s. We have 77 in Marathon, 79 degrees in Key West. The wind out of the northeast, 6 to 7 miles per hour, and it'll range between 5 to 15 today. It could drive in a stray shower at best early on. We have seen a few between Key Biscayne and Coral Gables and even the lower Florida Keys, but you should have a fine commute right now. Unfortunately, the ground is extra dry and around interior areas. That's where we have an extreme drought and the Highway 41 fire that is currently active out there, and about 450 acres have been burned, 0% contained. When will we see useful rain in the forecast? We'll take a closer look at that in my full forecast. Good morning, South Florida. We are waking up to bright sunshine. We'll see some in and out passing fair weather clouds, maybe a stray shower at best this morning, but that's pretty much it. Looking at mostly dry conditions if your commute takes you around Broward, Dade, and the Keys. Earlier this morning, we saw a shower roll through Key Biscayne and Coral Gables, fizzling, pushing towards the south and west. Heading into the lower Florida Keys, mostly dry weather. Conditions have dried out between Big Coppic Key and Key West. Now, because of a northeasterly wind, the smoke from Highway 41 fire, well, that's pushing towards the south and west, hopefully away from populated areas. That's where it will stay. Right now, no road closures reported. 450 acres have been burned. It is 0% contained, but wouldn't be surprised if the number goes up just because this fire is located under an area that's under an extreme drought. Right now, it's 77 in Fort Lauderdale, with the wind ranging between 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now, unfortunately, today another severe weather outbreak possible, but this time around for southern locations like in eastern Oklahoma, Texas, also Arkansas, Louisiana into Mississippi. Some strong storms will be capable of producing long track tornadoes, damaging winds, and very large hail. Here in South Florida, high pressure will be dominating over the next couple of days, keeping conditions fairly dry, but we're going to turn up the heat. Heading into Thursday, high temperatures will range at about 90 degrees, staying in the 90s well into the upcoming weekend, and then we'll be following a front. Right now, there's a moderate rip current risk at area beaches, but no advisories for boaters through the Florida Keys. Coastal waters here going between a light to moderate chop. And the next tide cycle, that is going to be high tide coming up very soon in Key West at 8:37. So for today, mostly sunny, pretty pleasant. Temperatures between 85 and 86 degrees. Heading into tonight, we'll have an onshore flow, lower 70s for mainland South Florida, mid to upper 70s for the Florida Keys. Your extended outlook does call for hotter conditions. We're going to flip the switch, going from spring to more of a summer-like pattern by the end of the weekend into the upcoming weekend. Then we'll be following a front that could increase the potential for rain and storms Sunday in the PM, and then we'll leave in a storm chance for early next week. And that's your 7 on 7. Good morning, South Florida. Hopefully everyone is off to a great start. We will have plenty of sunshine. Temperatures climbing into the upper 80s will stay above average pretty much all week long. Heading into tomorrow, turning even hotter across the region. And on Thursday, high temperatures forecast to range at about 90 degrees. And it seems like we'll be in the 90s for a couple days. So we're going to switch seasons from spring to summer-like weather in the days ahead. And 90 degrees is the forecast high Thursday, 91 on Saturday, and then we go back to average on Monday, and that will be attributed to a front. But a mainly dry week expected, so at least through Saturday, very small rain chance in the forecast, and then on Sunday, it starts to go up. Your boating forecast looks okay, but there's a moderate rip current risk at area beaches anytime we have an onshore flow, seas building 2 to 5 feet. Also for seas beyond the reef in the Keys, coastal waters here light to moderate chop. And the next tide cycle There will be high tide coming up in a couple minutes in Key West. And for today, we'll have mostly sunny skies. It'll be pretty pleasant. Highs mid to upper 80s, heading into the overnight in the 70s. Pretty warm in the Keys. And on your extended outlook, South Florida, we're going to heat things up across the area through the weekend. And then a storm chance returns Sunday afternoon. And that's your 7 on 7. Please don't go anywhere. 7 News Today in Florida. We'll be right back.